So how old does Xaden Riorson turn this year?
I think 25.
Oh wow.
You're 21 when you start at Basgaia.
No, you're 18.
No, it's 21.
No, it's not.
No, it's definitely 21.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
it's
it is
not like
not.
actual college.
Bro, I promise you, Violet is 18.
I'm about to prove you wrong
No.
right now.
I'm so sorry. I hate to do this to you because Xaden is only 21. I swear.
I don't think that's accurate.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different book.
You have to be, because I remember being like, they don't like start
No,
the same
she
time.
turns 19, bro. I'm like almost positive.
20.
Okay, so we were both wrong.
20.
Okay. Maybe I was thinking of Zodiac Academy.
Maybe. Well, yes, that would make sense.
But regardless, she young.
Yeah.
I'm only a year older than Xaden.
20 is better than 18.
20 is so much better than 18. I was starting to get real worried about Rebecca for the scenes that she was writing about an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Crazy. But anyways, happy birthday to Xaden.
Yes.
And also happy birthday to Hannah.
Yes.
Hannah turned 23 this year. She is 23 years old as of 2 days ago.
Yes. 3 days. No, 3 days ago. Today the 3rd?
Yeah.
3 days ago.
No, today's the 2nd. Yesterday was the 1st.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hannah's 23 years and 2 days old.
Happy birthday to Xaden Riorson and Michael Townsend and myself.
Oh, I forgot about him too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I share any birthdays, like book birthdays.
You probably do. You just don't know. I didn't know I shared it with Xaden until
Did you see it somewhere?
Yeah, somebody had reposted Rebecca had posted.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna check.
Yeah.
Book characters' birthdays on August 19th.
There are bound to be some.
No. Like literally none.
Oh. Just keep an eye out for it.
There's a couple of Harry Potter ones, I think. That's real sad. An author out there wants to be cool.
And it's kind of weird that there's 2 of my favorite book boyfriends.
Does it ever weird you out that when fantasy books have like the same months as us?
What do you mean?
Or like the same calendar years as us?
Sometimes.
Like, because then in my head I'm thinking, is it just an alternate universe?
Yeah. Or like when they have all 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that poor writing or am I overthinking it?
Yeah. Sometimes I think about it, but like I don't know. It's not that deep there.
For months, I think it does bother me.
Really?
Yeah. Because I'm like, why would they have the same calendar year as us?
Yeah. Why would they?
Like, why?
You can call them the same names and everything.
Yeah, and their years are different. Like, what is year? I don't remember. 600 after
AUD.
after unification. I don't remember what it was.
But this reminds me of Rebecca Yarros writing that they had chess. Like, I just can't get over that. It was definitely an accident. Like,
you think so?
Yes. Why would they have chess?
That's what I'm saying. Is it a alternate universe?
I don't know. I don't think that was her intention. Like, you know.
Brenna has a theory that Crescent City is just an alternate universe of Earth.
I would have to think long and hard about that one, which I don't feel like doing right now.
She has all these arguments about it. I told her maybe we could have her on and she could explain it to you because, to be honest, I don't really understand it.
I mean,
something about how they have the same solar system.
Or something. Well, that is weird.
That's probably not actually what it is, but that something along those lines. The exact phrasing that she used when she told me about it was they have the same planets or something. I can't remember. She was like, I know that the Way of Kings isn't an alternate universe because they have 3 moons.
Hey, there could be a planet out there with Saturn has several moons. What are we talking about?
She means like it's not an Earth like 1-to-1 ratio.
Oh, okay.
She thinks that Midgard, that's the Crescent City planet. She thinks that Midgard is like an alternate universe of Earth after the Romans or something. Like it's very elaborate. It is very well thought out. And you know what? I kind of wonder if one day when we do like a Sarah J. Maas Reddit deep dive or something, if we'll come across theories like that.
Probably.
You know?
I know I had so many theories like about his name being Orion and like the constellation Orion. Oh.
Sorry.
Speaking of Orion, you need to finish Golden Enclaves. I'm just thinking about that now that you mentioned it.
Yes, I am. I took a pause. I did not DNF it, but I did take a pause in the middle of the Golden Enclaves, book 3 of Scholomance. I got a little bored. I won't lie. Then they started doing drugs, and I thought I kind of. Do you not remember that?
No.
Not like actual drugs, but they go with this weird homeless lady and do drugs.
Homeless lady.
She's probably not actually homeless, but she gives homeless vibes.
Oh, okay. Well, how do we circle back to our topic at hand? I'm trying to think.
I can't remember where we even were, what we were talking about.
Well, today we're talking about duologies.
Okay. Yes. Welcome to Check This Book Out, everybody.
Welcome.
Thanks for joining us for episode 12.
Yes.
I'm Madeline Bookout, duology fan.
Oh.
I am a duology fan.
And I am Hannah Bookout, fan of duologies. Maybe threesomes. I don't know.
Wait, what?
And I'm joking. And today
I was like, did you misspeak?
No.
She's just being clever.
I'm just cracking a joke. Jeez.
She's just being funny.
But welcome to Check This Book Out, where we talk fantasy and romance. And today we're talking a little bit more fantasy. All fantasy, aren't we?
Yeah, actually, that's true.
Yeah, that is true.
This is a fantasy-coded episode.
Yeah. So if you like to read fantasy and you like duologies, welcome aboard.
Yeah. And with that said, everybody, grab your water, your emotional support water bottle.
Yeah.
Find your comfy reading chair, and let's check this book out.
Yep. We're kind of matching water bottles and gray sweatpants.
Yeah, you chose not to commit to the grout fit today.
I did, just because it was in the dryer and it's wrinkly.
Oh. Is it that little Abercrombie t-shirt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love Abercrombie. I'm going to spend my birthday money there.
This episode is sponsored by...
I wish.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh my gosh.
I've always wanted to be... Not be, like... But I've always thought it's unfair how influencers just get sent all this product for free.
I know, right?
I'm like, what about the homies who be buying your product? Like, I'm spending money on your product.
Yeah.
Why don't you just pick a random person every month to send it to them for free and have them make a video about it?
Even like if we got like book products, like that would make me over the moon.
I know. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Yeah.
Like, I kind of want to get an ARC copy of something.
Me too.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah. Colby does, and it makes it seem just like so fun. Like you're like in on something.
Yeah.
Like you're part of a cool club.
Yeah. But then I got kind of nervous about what if you got an ARC for a book that you didn't end up liking?
Yeah.
Having to be like super honest.
Yeah.
Not that I'm not already honest in my reviews, but
not that I've ever seen a like semi-negative or
negative
ARC. You have?
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Oh.
I've seen plenty. Where they're not ever like, this was awful, but they're like, I honestly did not like this book. Wasn't for me. I have to give an honest review because I was an advanced read.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for them. Sticking to their opinions.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are the real ones.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, without further ado,
Yes.
we're just talking about duologies today. Hannah and I read a duology recently.
Indeed.
The Heartless Hunter and the Crimson Moth
Indeed.
by Kristen Ciccarelli.
Which Kristen Ciccarelli is engaged with our Instagram account, and it's so much fun.
Oh my gosh. Isn't that the sweetest
she
thing ever?
comments, and I'm like,
oh,
hey girl. Hey.
Yeah, I made a mood board for Heartless Hunter, and then we also had like a couple of like TikToks and reels. And I think that's so fun.
So fun. Hannah Bonam-Young has commented too, which is fun.
I know, I'm obsessed with her. I'm really obsessed with her. That would be an author that I would like actually die to get an ARC for.
Really?
Yeah, because she's coming out with a book in September called People Watching. Oh. The cover is really cute. Let me see if I can find it for you. But also just like the way that I've liked her books, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to read that.
She's like
first.
Has she only come out with those like 2 or 3 books?
She's come out with 2 series right now. The Next books and the Out books, and each has 2 books in them.
Because it seems like she kind of just like took off really fast.
Yeah. I think they have been a little bit out. Isn't that cute?
That is cute.
It's very fall. It makes me excited.
Is it? Oh, it comes out in September.
Yep, September 9th.
I love the seasons.
I know.
Ugh.
A nice seasonal read.
Yeah.
But
let's get into Heartless Hunter because we've honestly mentioned it a lot on the podcast already, but we haven't really given our thoughts and opinions on the second book. Heartless Hunter is this
no Rebel Witch is the second one.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. Like, one thing that I really like about duologies is that they have the grace of being simple. You know, they can give you a lot without giving you too much. And they don't have time to spend like 50 to 100 pages world building because you only have 2 books. I think that's kind of nice. It's refreshing.
Yeah.
And I think that Kristen Ciccarelli did like a really good job with that for this series, giving us like enough context off the bat to understand and like reveal more information about the world that they're in as time goes on. But at the end of the day, it was just very simple. Magic was really simple too.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of shocking how there's like often in fantasy, like you're reading about a war, right? Well, these duologies still manage to write about like some big battle or like war or political conflict or something. So I think that's like interesting how they don't drag it out into like these huge like battle scenes, and it just because sometimes like the political climate and like setting up the political scheme of the books can be kind of boring.
It can be.
Like I think
it can lose me.
I can think of like A Court of Wings and Ruin. Is that what it is? Aquawar, right? That's Wings and Ruin. Like that book was all war, and it was just like,
yes,
honestly, it really bored you to death at some points. But these books, their pacing is always really well done, I feel.
Oh, and I like that they're fast paced too. Like you get into it really quickly, and then you're in the middle of it, and then the action like picks up. That's what I really liked about Rebel Witch, which I know that Rebel Witch took you a long time to finish, but I kind of devoured that book. And I don't know, I really liked how right off the bat, like despite the time skip, you're like immersed in it, and then it just picks up really quickly from there.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have to wait for Gideon to come back. Like he was there. Yeah. And I liked that. I didn't have to like wonder where he was or what he was doing. He's back like in the middle of the action.
Yeah.
I liked that.
That's a good point. The parts I didn't really like about Rebel Witch were when they were apart.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'd always just wanted to read them together.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I agree in that regard.
Yeah, overall, like yes, no, maybe for me. That series is a definitely yes.
I would say yes, too. I rated it, I think, 4 stars, I think.
I think I gave both 4 stars.
Yeah. The ending was really well done. Like, that was a good, like, true to fantasy ending. I
Yeah.
really liked it.
Got me crying.
I didn't cry, but it was tear-jerking.
It was,
Like,
yeah.
I could've.
It was emotional.
It was emotional.
And, like, I think I put this in my review. I did find the most of the second book to be pretty predictable. Like, I could guess what was gonna happen in the end, like, the ultimate resolution of the conflict. But I still loved the journey to get there, you know?
Yeah.
And despite it being me being able to predict the overall ending, did not see, like, that one piece of how it would come to fruition.
Yeah.
Like, that totally shocked me. I was like, "Oh, that's clever."
Yeah, I thought it was clever too. Also, I guess we'll just have a quick spoiler content because I can't say this next part without spoiling. So maybe go ahead and skip like 5 minutes if you haven't read it or are going to read it. But I was not expecting her to be tortured. Like, I was not expecting that whole scene at all.
Oh, where she gets whipped or
Yeah,
whatever?
like I did not see that coming. I didn't think
Yeah.
it was gonna get dark like that,
Yeah.
and it totally did.
Yeah. It
So
really did, and she did that.
and like she was down bad,
Dude, and
after.
her whole ass back.
Yeah, her whole ass and
Her
bag.
whole butt back.
Yeah. But yeah, that was dark.
It was dark,
Yeah.
but I liked it.
There is something about the main character, whenever they get tortured, there's just something about it because it always will come back to the who did this to you?
No, literally. And
Yeah.
I eat that up.
Yeah.
I eat that up.
I ate it up
I
too.
will say, I like the idea of the who did this to you, but if they say it verbatim, I kind of go, ugh.
Yeah.
And Wilder Hawthorne in Blood and Steel does that in the first book, and I went, ah.
Yeah.
You know, did make me cringe a little
Thought there
bit.
could be more creative than just saying it
Yeah,
outright.
exactly. And
Yeah.
he says it like 3 times. I'm like,
Oh.
bro.
Okay.
But then he beats the shit out of the person who did it, and I'm like, okay, we're fine.
Yeah.
We're okay.
That's true. I forgot about that. Yeah. Oh, that man's hot.
Yeah. He's hot, bro.
So was Gideon, honestly. Like, I liked everything about Gideon pretty much.
I loved that he was like seamstress, that he made her dress.
Yeah, that was so sweet.
Yeah.
I liked that it was almost a Grumpy Sunshine, but it did not feel like a trope.
It didn't.
It didn't feel like a trope, but like that was kind of the vibe. Like, Rune was a very bubbly, social person, but it kind of was like that was her whole like scheme, kind of. Like she had just had way more depth and like.
Yeah.
But she was definitely an optimist for sure.
Yeah. Gideon kind of gave like shy boy.
Yeah.
Insecure. I love it when they're insecure.
Yeah. But he also was kind of like a little bit of an asshole, which is perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He had a good balance of insecure and mean.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I think that to kind of like wrap up Heartless Hunter, Crimson Moth series, I think my main complaint about the second book was that there was a lot of miscommunication. And I think in your review you said this is where the dual POV like really hurt them because you got to see it on both sides. Like if I had just seen it on Rune's side, I would have been like, oh, like they just keep misinterpreting each other.
Yeah.
But in like what actually was happening, you got to see it on both sides, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Come on.
We need to reach a solution. Like we're halfway into the book almost, and they are still miscommunicating. And I, as the reader, having to bear witness to it the entire first half, and it got frustrating. And old.
Also, wasn't expecting Rune to like run away.
Me neither.
That was kind of wild.
Yeah.
Like she just kind of walked away.
You know I hate a girl that runs away when things get
Yeah.
hard. But she didn't quite.
The way that scene ends, though, love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The train.
Yeah. What a unique way.
Yeah.
I'm like, also, how did you not like totally lose your clothes?
Yeah, I don't really know the logistics of
They like
that.
left it all across different train cars.
Yeah.
Anyways, I thought that was interesting. There was one more thing, and we didn't get to talk about this. Did you feel like the whole entire half of that book was just them holding each other at gunpoint? I like couldn't unnotice it.
It did happen a lot.
Everybody was held at gunpoint
Yeah.
all the time. Every other page.
Yeah. You just made me realize, like, wait, yeah, that was a fantasy with guns.
Yeah, it was like a historical fiction.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But I think that because it was historical fiction, like it relied on the guns so heavily.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the only way that anybody was able to intimidate each other.
Yeah, literally.
Like for example, Rune had like no self-defense mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in a lot of fantasy series, like you see them as very competent like fighters. Like they can do hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
But like
Rune had none of that.
Rune had none of that. And it took too long for her to cast magic a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So her only defense was either playing dumb or
Yeah. That's my last comment will be that it was interesting having like a book with witches and magic, but like it took them a long time to cast magic.
Yeah.
And they would always be like exposed casting magic. Like you could not cast magic without everybody knowing because of the casting signature.
Yeah. And also Rune was like not overpowered at all.
Yes.
She was a very balanced character.
Yes. That is a great point.
And I kind of like that.
Me too.
Like she relied on a lot of like her cunning and her like deceptiveness and her ability to like fool people.
Yeah.
And just her general like cleverness. She relied on that a lot more than she did on magic, I think.
For sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
I actually appreciate that book a lot more after this conversation,
Me too.
I think.
I kind of want to know what else Kristen Ciccarelli has written, to be honest.
I think that's all she's written.
Really?
I think so. I think let me double check.
Wow, if that's the case, wow, she really popped off.
No, seriously. I know, I think it's Rebecca Ross that's coming up out with a new series, but
we'll have to talk about Divine Rivals next, but
moving on to the next then.
It's not a new book, it's a spin-off.
Oh, she has written a lot of other stuff actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's on me.
Oh.
I haven't read any of it though.
Well, still, she caught the spotlight thanks to social media, I think.
Yeah. Good for her.
So I'll be checking out her next stuff. I'm interested to see. On to Divine Rivals.
Divine Rivals by
Rebecca Ross. Another historical fiction inspired duology.
Another incredible duology.
Yeah.
Probably personally the best duology I've read.
Arguably the best that we'll talk about today, in my opinion.
Oh, it's your favorite too?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just so good.
Yeah, it is. Another series that we've talked about in length on the pod.
An emotional roller coaster of a series.
Yeah. First episode, right? That was first episode? Our favorites of 2024?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow. Come a long way. So I guess we don't need to harp on it too much, but yeah. I liked the historical fiction kind of vibe to it.
The romance.
Yeah.
The typewriter, like would you call that magical realism kind of? I know that there is like magic and fantasy elements at play, but like the typewriter specifically, no, I don't think so.
Because it's already set in a fantasy world.
And it's tied to like the ley lines. I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
Like there is a purpose behind it. Like there's something that causes it. Yeah, I forgot.
But the typewriters is a very unique
kind
of like magic element that I've seen twice actually. But very unique.
It is such a romantic book.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah.
and the tragedy.
Oh, that's a book that made me cry.
Yeah.
Ruthless Vows had me crying hard at the end.
Both books. I was
Ugh.
crying in like the first
Oh,
half of that book.
I cried at chapter 5 in Divine Rivals. Just
Spoiler, because of the mom.
no.
Oh.
Just because of like how troubled her life was.
Yeah. She
Well,
had a lot
Iris,
going
right?
on.
Iris was her name? Yeah.
Her
Iris just
brother is
was
gone. Her mom passed.
yeah.
Ugh. No way. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
She was just really going through it. And I don't know why, but like her being in the midst of like a workplace rivalry and kind of having to deal with that, I was like, "Oh my gosh, like this poor girl."
Yeah.
I don't know why, but like the way that obviously the romance kind of went really fast, right?
Mhm.
In this series, it very much happened very quick. Because there was like a big pause, like separation era. Um, so everything had to happen kind of in the first book, but the way that like Roman treated Iris in like the first few chapters, I was like this is sad. Like, it was very sad.
Yeah. Like actually mean.
Yeah.
I really thought that he hated her,
Me
you
too.
know?
It wasn't even like I would never call Roman an asshole. It was just like mean,
Yeah.
you know? And sad because they could have been friends.
They
You know?
could have. And he knew so much about her.
Yeah.
Like, that's the craziest thing to me.
Yeah.
He still did that, even
Yeah.
though he knew all of that.
It very much was like, you know, how like moms will tell you, like, if he's being mean to you, it's because he has a crush on you. Like, it
Yeah.
kind of was like
It was
that.
giving that. He's
Yeah.
pulling her ponytail kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
if I was on my period or something when I was reading that, but like, it had me crying.
The ending, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was an ending.
And that was a book where I finished it and I immediately picked up the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Another like really, I mean, I think this is obviously the point of this whole episode is about duologies, but don't have to have some massive world building, can be super fast paced,
Mm-hmm.
like surprisingly an insane amount of character development and like depth to those characters when you're only with them for 2 books. Like think about all the stuff that you learn about Roman in the second book.
That is so true. Like his family and stuff.
And how much it develops his relationships with his family and like how much you learn about him in general.
Yeah.
I think that's probably one of the things that book does really well is gives the characters a ton of growth.
Yeah. Another very well-paced, not overwhelming, like war going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm realizing is the second book was kind of interesting because I don't really know if it's a spoiler. Maybe spoiler warning for like 5 minutes if you haven't read the second book, but like
Honestly, most of this episode is a spoiler warning.
yeah, which I'll preface, but I don't know if you want to kind of listen along but don't want to be totally spoiled. I don't know. But the second book where like the gods kind of have a bigger part and they're able to have like screen time, I thought it was kind of interesting too. Yeah.
That was one part of the book that actually confused me in the first book was the role of the gods.
The gods, yeah.
Yeah.
It was interesting. The first book was really kind of like all romance, like very heavy romancy. But the second book was like there was a good amount of plot.
I really agree.
Yeah, like it was a very war gods. I don't know, character development for sure.
Yeah.
And sobbing.
Just so much crying.
Yeah.
But I felt all of the emotions like elation and thrill and fear, anger and sadness. Like
yeah,
she hit everything for me.
She really did. I'm very curious. Okay, wait, hold on. Is her spinoff a prequel?
I think it's a sequel, The Wild Reverence or whatever.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Because is it about what was her name? Addie?
Addie? I don't know. Wild Reverence. Oh my gosh, the end of
I know.
Matilda.
Oh.
Oh, I think it's about the goddesses.
Oh, so probably prequel.
Yeah, definitely a
Okay.
prequel.
I'm interested to read it. I definitely will read it, but I'm also kind of like,
Yeah. I mean, I liked her enough and her writing
yeah.
enough that I'll give it a try. It comes out on September 25th of this year.
Oh,
A stacked September so far.
yes, indeed.
Yeah, I can't say good enough things about that series.
Same.
Incredible amounts of yes.
Yeah.
You should read this.
That's probably a future reread for me, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe not this year,
No,
but
just somewhere down the line.
I can definitely see this series becoming like a comfort read for me.
I agree.
But anywho,
Well, now I'm looking at it. Next duology, Six of Crows. I lied. I actually think this is my favorite.
that's what I was. Yeah.
I totally forgot we were talking about it today.
Yeah.
Which is so much fun that I get to talk about this on the pod today. I adore Six of Crows, and I have a funny story with like how I started it. Malin hasn't read it, but the first I can't remember if it's the first chapter or the prologue, but like I read it probably like when it was very first gaining traction, maybe 2 years before I read it or tried it again. But the first chapter was so bad.
It is really bad.
It made me so disinterested in the book. Like I did not care about the magic, and those characters
very
weren't even in the book.
confusing.
And very confusing. Poorly explained magic. But those characters in the first chapter or whatever weren't even in the series.
Wait, really?
Yeah. They had nothing to do with the series.
Wait, are you serious?
Yep. Nothing to do with it. It was her trying to set up the magic and probably just like the world building. But I'm like, it was done awfully. And then we
Isn't
end
it like
chapter
a group
2.
of kids like sneaking around?
No, if I'm remembering correctly, it's like this one main character is like trapped in like a cage or something because she is one of the people with magic, and the people without magic have like her hostage or something, or like about to harm her or something in some way. And there's a person without magic that's like trying to help her out. I am probably botching that so bad, but I skipped it. I skipped the rest of the first chapter
when you started again.
Yeah. And
I didn't know that.
Well, like I tried it again, and I'm like 5 pages in, and I'm like, no, like I just can't. But I've heard so many good things, and my best friend Kate recommended it to me, and I'm like, I just need to move on because she had told me the first chapter like isn't even relevant to the rest of the book, so I skipped it. And that was such a good ass book, so good. Like my review was literally like, fuck the first chapter because that made me disinterested in this book for years, and the rest of the book was flawless and perfect.
The first chapter literally is what made me DNF it. I've never heard before that is like a common thing for it to be bad for the first chapter and you have to keep reading.
Me neither. I had never heard it until Kate randomly said it 2 years later or something.
Okay, wait. Am I about to read this like next week?
Yeah, pretty much.
And you don't need to know any of like the other.
No, you don't need to have
Grisha-verse or whatever it is.
I have read Shadow and Bone and didn't read the second book, but no, you don't need to know about the Grisha-verse. You don't.
Okay.
But yeah, a lot. This also is kind of an interesting book. It's different from the first 2 duologies we've talked about because it's not it's not like war-based.
Okay.
It's more just this found family has an agenda, and they're gonna they're risking. I don't know how to really describe it, but they have to go to different countries or a different country, and they risk, getting in trouble in a political way with this other country. But they have a task to do, and they have a job, and they have to do it.
It's like mission-based?
It's mission-based. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. That is what I was trying to say.
Okay, yeah. I can get behind that.
Yeah. Perfect found family. Amazing characters. Beautiful character development. Yeah, no, just hands down deserves all its praise. For sure. Another one that had me sobbing in the second book. Yeah.
See, that is something that sucks about duologies is that you do get really attached.
Mm-hmm.
You get attached to these characters because it's like more than a standalone.
Yes.
You're getting more time with them, so you're forming deeper bonds and getting attached, and then 2 books and it's done.
Yeah. You're often left hanging, not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Wanting, needing,
pining. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a little sad.
I think that duologies need like strong epilogues
Yeah.
to make, and I can't even remember if any of the ones that we've talked about so far have epilogues, but that does make it hurt less.
Mm-hmm. It does. Even like a bonus chapter, that would help a little bit.
Yeah. But it hurts.
It does.
It kind of is sad.
Yeah.
You just want more of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that duologies typically are just done so well to give you exactly what you need for the right amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm such a big fan. I need to read more.
One other thing that I will say to sing this book's praises and get you to read it is Karma by Taylor Swift just hits a million times harder.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm not going to explain why, because it's just so much fun. I remember when Karma came out and I was freaking out, and I sent it to Kate.
Were you reading it when it came out?
No, I had finished it before. Well, probably I finished it kind of close to when that album came out, not gonna lie. But it doesn't matter. Oh my gosh, it just makes me think about the book, and it's so good. It's so fun to listen to it and kind of like pretend that like she based it off the book. I was like, I don't know. I told Kate to listen to Karma and she never did because she doesn't like Taylor Swift really.
Oh.
But now you can read it.
And I will listen to it.
And then you can listen to Karma.
Have you ever wanted to make like a book playlist?
Yeah.
Have you done it?
I have playlists for all the different like romance tropes.
Really?
Friends to lovers, lovers to strangers, lovers to enemies. Friends to enemies is really hard. Or sorry, enemies to lovers is really hard. Yeah. I have like one song and it's Greek God by Conan Gray.
Wait, really?
Conan Gray, is that his name?
Yeah. It is so funny that you bring him up because I was listening to him in the car the other day and I was like, wait, holy crap, he is so good.
Yeah.
Like I was listening to Memories by him.
Yeah.
And then Comfort Crowd came on. I was like, oh my gosh. I almost texted you about it too.
Mm-hmm.
But you hadn't responded to me about something else. So I was like, she's busy.
Disaster is so good. That stays in like one of my
Jigsaw
top 100. Oh, stop. Family Lines? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Ali Rose on his newest album.
That's a good one.
So good. He's great.
Yeah, he is great. Excited for his next album. I don't know if it'll be like themed. Like,
yeah.
Like you know, his last one was like rock star kind of vibe.
80s-ish.
Yeah. But he did a good job with it.
Is he coming out with another one soon?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
But I'm excited to know.
Yeah. I did I ever tell you I saw him in concert?
No.
Back in college.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
It was right after Jigsaw came out. It was epic.
Oh my gosh.
I did
his tour?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I did have a really bad view though.
Oh.
It was at a venue in Houston and it was kind of not a great venue.
Hmm.
Giving like the factory vibe here, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Just yeah. Anyways. Okay, well, I like actually truly might read that this month after I'm done with once I read Say You'll Remember Me.
Yeah. I just cannot recommend it enough. It's been hyped for years and it's so well deserved. And also, my last comment will be like pining at the end. Holy crap, does this series leave you pining? Pining.
Like you are pining for the main characters or like they are pining?
Both.
Oh no.
No, like I don't want to even say because I don't want to like yeah, I don't want to spoil this for you at all.
Is it multiple POV? Is it in third person?
It's third person.
Okay.
I think it's just the third person. Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
She's so good.
So good. I need to, that'll be probably on my, low-key, that might be on my fall reread.
Is it a fall read? Should I read it in the fall?
I don't think so. Okay. But it just, fantasy makes me think of fall.
Are you feeling inspired?
I am.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
On to the next.
I'll shut up now.
These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. Hannah, I have read the first book of this series a long time ago, like
Years.
middle of college. Like it's been a while.
Yeah.
And the second book, I feel like the second book just took a really long time to come out. And frankly, the ending of the first one really pissed me off. So I never read the second one.
Yeah, that's fine.
But Hannah's read both.
I have read both, and I read them like late 2024. And I think I gave it like 2.5 and 3 stars. 3 stars for the first, maybe 2.5 for the second. I can't quite remember. It was very obvious to me that this was kind of like an amateur author, which is fine, you know? But my description of it was like, I feel like I've dreamed this plot before. Like, I think it was just a regurgitation of like very.
Like deja vu.
Yes, like deja vu. Like regurgitation of like tropes and fantasy kind of plot line hooks and stuff. Like,
yeah,
I can't quite pinpoint why. Like, it was like, okay, I've literally read this before and whatever, because it was still unique in some aspects. But the one thing that pissed me off the most, and I know that there's a spin-off of the series.
Wait, really?
Yeah, there's a third book. It's not part of the duology. Like, it's not the same female main character or whatever. But you don't even get in the second book the main couple together. Like, it's a love triangle, and they don't like get together until like literally like the last chapter.
Oh no, I'm so glad I didn't read it.
Yeah, no, it's kind of crazy.
No, that would actually piss me off so much.
Yeah, and she tried to paint the other love triangle male interest as like kind of like villainous, but he wasn't a villain. Like, he was just a guy between a rock and a hard place.
Didn't he like actually like trick her though?
Yes, he did trick her about something, but like she didn't make him like hateable. Is hateable a word?
Mm-hmm.
Like she didn't make him hateable, and so it kind of was just like, okay, this is a dissatisfying love triangle. Like, yeah.
I just remember the end of the book. At the end of the first book, her decision at the end made me really mad. / the circumstances, not necessarily her decision. But I remember liking it up until that point because I kind of liked that it was a friends to lovers, like, you know. But then at the same time, he'd been lying about his identity for a very long time, like, in a lot of ways, and that was not great.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I would like personally, I DNF'd the series or the duology. Like, I would not recommend it.
Me neither.
It's a no for me.
Yeah,
that's a no for me, dog.
There's better out there. It really is just kind of like things you have seen before in other fantasy books, and it's not super well done. Yeah, I had one other thing I was going to say. Oh, spoiler warning for this book, the spoiler content. The end of the first book is that she gets engaged to the friend.
Yeah, but he doesn't he like manipulate her into it?
Yeah, because and
then she sleeps with him, and like it ties her to him.
Yeah.
In some way, like it bonds them, even though her mate is like the other guy.
Is it mates?
I don't know if it was fated mates, but they definitely were like, it was some kind of magical bond between them.
Yeah.
Like he has dreams about her. I can't remember, but
I can't remember either if it was mates. I don't remember that exactly. But yeah, he did trick her. And it gave him the crown.
That's what it was.
To the other country. Like, he didn't tell her that by creating the bond between the two of them and their marriage, that she would be passing over the crown to the whatever the Dark Kingdom's name was.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Yep, that's right. That's what it was. And I think that really made me mad.
And no one likes a mama's boy. By the way,
that's tough.
The queen. Oh, it was Unseelie and Sealing. That's what it was. The queen of the Sealie court was like evil, and Sebastian, her son, would like defend her all the time, and it was just annoying.
Yeah. I kind of love a Sealy, unsealy
Like plot.
plot.
Yeah.
There's a really good one that I'm thinking of right now that you should read.
What is it called?
It's called Pawn. Remember that Relentless book I was telling you about?
Mhm.
It's by the same author. And I didn't like the last book very much, but I really liked the first book. It's YA, but I really liked it.
Okay.
Um,
Next.
Dance of Thieves is next.
Yes.
I literally know nothing about this series.
Really?
I know nothing about it. I just have it on my TBR for a long time because people say great things and the covers are really gorgeous.
They really are. They are very, very pretty. My second copy is actually... No, my first copy is signed. Did I ever tell you that? Yeah, it's signed.
She's special.
Yeah. I had bought the paperback of it, and then I went to...
Whoa, did you go to a book signing?
No.
You got a bookmark.
I think it just came with... Well, because the book is signed.
Every word between us was like a dance. A step forward, a step back.
Yeah. Mary Pearson signed it.
Wait, that's so cool.
What does it say?
For Madeline.
Oh.
Blink last.
Yeah, I don't know why this girl gave up this book, but I was like, signed? Yeah, I'm switching out. So
It's for me. But Hannah owns it.
Yeah.
I like how you have the receipt still.
Yeah, I don't know why. I didn't even get it at Book People.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know why that's in there.
Oh, this is for your Six of Crows box set.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Maybe you were using it as a bookmark.
Maybe. But yeah, actually I've only read the first book and
Wait,
I
what?
DNF'd the second at 25%. I tried to read
I didn't know that.
Vow of Thieves 3 times. I tried to read it. And I don't know what really was keeping me from being hooked, but yeah, it was a struggle. Because
I wonder what the rating is for the second one.
It was probably higher than the first.
Really?
I would assume. Book ratings are always skewed for, series and whatnot.
Yeah.
The readers that enjoy the first keep reading.
Dance of Thieves has 4.12. Vow of Thieves has 4.31.
It's a little bit higher. But yeah, I really enjoyed the first book. I thought its weakest aspect was the world building. I had no idea what the countries and kingdoms. Without the map, I would be very confused. Let's just say that. That reminds me of Caraval. But yeah, I just really did not know the dynamic of the different countries. Because his country, the main guy, Jace, his wasn't even a country. It was just a city. Yeah, his family just had this kind of dynasty over a country, but they lost the country somehow. And they just had this city. Anyway, it was interesting. It was weird. But she is Kazi, the main girl. She was a diplomat that went from her country to his to do some bartering to make some kind of deal. Anyway, I really liked the first book. I loved, it was very tension. There wasn't a whole lot of trust between his country and hers. I don't even know what to call it, his country, but whatever. Because they weren't kings or anything.
His territory.
Yeah, yeah. I really don't know how to describe it. It doesn't matter. But yeah, kind of tension, not very much enemies to lovers. I would say it's kind of tropeless in that regard, but it was fun. The stakes were high, and there was that whole...
Do you think it could have been a standalone? Because if you liked it so much and didn't finish it, I feel like it could have resolved in the first book. There was nothing that so cliffhanger-y that you had to finish the second one.
There was a cliffhanger at the end, the main characters were separated, and they were both like poisoned. Like they were betrayed. Like it was a betrayal at the end. But maybe because they were separated. Wait, no, that was into the second book. In the second book, at the beginning of the second book, that happened. I don't know what failed to hook me, but it just did, and I really gave it a hard shot, and it just failed.
I didn't know that. I really thought you liked that series, so that is surprising to me.
Well, I loved the first. Like I loved the male main character a lot.
I feel like I would still try to read it.
You still could. You could probably finish it because you don't DNF things. You power through.
I kind of want to read it just so that I can power through the second book and tell you if you have to finish it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because what if the ending is like that good?
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine it not being good. It was an interesting story. It was all about kind of like I think the last name was Bellinger. Jace's family, kind of like restoring their territory. And Kazi's country was going to like help them or whatever. Anyway. I thought it was an interesting plot, but yeah, something failed me. I don't know.
Okay.
That's all I gotta say.
Next one is One Dark Window by Rachel Gilling. I think is how you pronounce her name.
Hot topic.
So these I feel like blew up on TikTok.
Yes.
Or Book Talk, and a lot of people like say that maybe they didn't deserve the hype. I think they really did. I only gave the second book 3 stars, but it really was pretty unique. I don't know how to describe it besides like saying not tarot cards, but like I don't know. It is just very strange.
Astrology?
No, not even. Yeah, no.
Like
more
voodoo?
like no, more like each card in this deck is like the magic. It's the magic system is a deck of cards.
That's really interesting.
It's really interesting, and the main character, I don't know, I just kind of liked her in the first book, but the second book, I think you get to see like some of the other characters shine, and that's cool. Yeah, it was just really interesting.
Okay.
Very unique, I think.
I've only seen good things, so that's definitely gonna have to be on my TBR. Maybe that'll be my another fall time read. I don't know. Fantasy feels so fall to me right now. I don't know.
I think there's also just a lot of good romance coming out right now.
That is so true. Yeah.
We got some Abby Jimenez. We got some Emily Henry. We got a Liz Tom Ford book coming out soon. Oh my gosh, is next month May? Bro.
That's crazy that we're 4 months into this year already.
Literally.
That's crazy.
Wild.
Well, what else? Why did you think that the second book wasn't as good? Just because the female main character?
I don't know. I'm honestly gonna have to look at my review. I don't remember too much what it was about. Yeah, I literally said good, but I mean Elspeth, which is the main character. Was Elspeth even in this book? I really liked main male character though.
Was it a multiple POV?
That's a good question. I don't remember.
Okay, fair enough.
It was good though. It was good. What can I say?
It gave you what you needed.
It did. It was I literally will say it again. What can I say? I like duologies.
Yeah, there is just something very perfect about their pace, and
they hit the spot.
Yeah, their character development and how close you can be to the characters, but still have enough plot.
And you don't have to commit to some super long series. And usually, like, you don't have to wait some 5 years for a series to complete.
That is so true.
Like, there's a lot of duologies that are already completed that we can read because they don't take 10 years to write.
Yep.
So that's also a really like big benefit of them, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I literally was thinking about starting an incomplete fantasy series recently, and I broke out in hives. I was like, I don't, not actually, that's being dramatic, but just could not stand the thought of having to wait for a book to come out. I don't know why, in my current state.
Yeah.
Just the idea of like getting somewhere, finishing like the first 2 books or something, and then knowing that I would have to wait. I think that Zodiac Academy gave me PTSD for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I have Blood of Hercules that I got, but Jamie told me I should wait until the second book comes out. It comes out, I think, later this year.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't want to start a series. If like the book's about to come out, yeah, something about like how to start a series. Like I just don't want to.
That's how a book that I'm gonna read at the end of this year. I think the first one's called The Will of the Many. Brenna recommended it to me, and she was like, "It's literally one of the best books ever." But the second book comes out, I think, in September.
Hmm.
So I was like, I guess I'll wait.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
that can be so sad when you read something and it's not over.
Yeah.
So,
And then you forget for the next book, and
mhm,
yeah, it's a domino effect from there.
yeah.
What other
So
duologies do we have? Is that all of them?
the last one is The Serpent and the Wings of Night, I
Oh
think is what
yeah.
it's called. I won't lie. I I think I don't remember exactly when I read this. I think it was when I was in the middle of wedding planning, and I just do not remember almost any of what that book is about. I
This is
know
by
Carissa Broadbent.
okay.
I do remember really liking it though. I just can't like I can remember bits and pieces. Like I know one of the biggest parts of the plot is that there's like this competition going on. Like kind of giving yeah, there's just like a competition and you have to like team up. And there's like I think vampires is the
Hmm.
anyways, I don't remember much about it except for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do remember feeling very good about it.
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend it. And while those 2 books are a duology, it's part of a series, like an interconnected series called like Crowns of Nyaxia or something
Oh,
like that.
I didn't realize they were all interconnected.
I think so, yeah. It's like a part of the same world, I believe.
Hmm.
So, I think like I would really like to go back and read those. Read the other books because she's still coming out with them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I feel like I would have to reread those first 2 in order to get back into the mood. So,
Yeah. I still need to get into Carissa's bibliography. Like I haven't. I tried with that one series, Daughter of No Worlds. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a shame that you didn't finish it.
I finished it, but I couldn't finish the second.
They were really long,
Yeah.
like unnecessarily long. But I do wish that you had finished it just so that you could meet like this one other character that ends up being so important that is so interesting.
Mm.
At first, I thought she was so annoying,
Mm.
but it ended up being a huge contributing factor to the book. So,
Interesting.
our guy Maxentarius.
Maximilian.
Our guy Maximilian.
So funny.
I honestly think that that series is like so much better for that moment. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It just makes
So,
me laugh now.
yeah, exactly.
But is
But anyways,
that really the last duology we have
that's the last
today?
one that we have on our list.
Wow.
I think to kind of summarize the duology thought process though is like love that they're fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
Love that you don't have to commit to like some massively long series. Most of the time they're already complete when you find them or you don't have to like wait for a long time. You still get like good character depth and you can get good plot and it resolves quickly and like they're more maybe a little bit more relationship focused
Mm-hmm.
in some cases. Only good vibes.
Really? Yeah.
Like they flop sometimes, obviously. Like these Hollow Vows didn't do it for me, but
Yeah. But more often than not, like I only DNF'd one of these, right?
mhm,
More often than not, I'm able to finish them. You know, like
mhm.
if you're not a DNFer, you can still finish
DNFer.
these.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Well, then would you like to play a game of Kiss, Marry, Kill with me?
I would indeed.
Um,
Yes, princess.
yes, princess. Hello, princess. I love that guy, but he kind of freaks me out.
Yeah. Is he okay? Like mentally?
I think that the fact that he got so popular just from that, like he has to be kind of have a mental crisis at some point.
Yeah.
I certainly would.
Keeping up that persona, like nobody, like everyone thinks you're weird.
Yeah.
Everyone on the internet thinks you're weird and a little scared of you.
But also thinks that you're so funny,
Yeah.
you know?
Alright, would you like to go first or shall
Sure.
I?
I can go first.
Go for it.
My Kiss, Marry, Kill is between Raven from One Dark Window. I think his name is Rain from A Serpent in the Wings of Night or whatever the hell. And Gideon Sharp from Heartless Hunter. Hands down, marry Gideon Sharp.
Yeah,
He is husband material.
he is.
He would make me dresses. And he just seems so cute.
Yeah.
And like the devotion, the utter, I will treat you like my queen. That's what I get from him. So in love.
Yeah.
I would be so in love with him. I would kiss Raven because he is a little freaky. I can't describe that to you without spoiling, but
Okay.
he is a little like dark, you know?
I love a freak.
I love a freak. Everybody wave your freak flags. But yeah, I feel like he'd be, good at that. And then I would kill Rain because I don't remember him.
Unforgettable.
He
Clearly.
was forgettable and therefore like easy to kill. So
Fair enough.
I mean, I wish I remembered him more because I feel like he was hot. I don't.
Yeah.
So honestly, an easy decision for me all around.
Yeah, that seems pretty easy. Mine are Kaz from Six of Crows, Jace from Dance of Thieves, and what was my
Roman
last one?
Kit.
Roman Kit from Divine Rivals. Loki, this is actually hard. Marry Roman Kit.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Kiss Kaz, which pains me. Like that actually really kind of pains me. But there's reason why. Like people that have read it would understand. Like there's a yes. I told myself I'm back. But I would have to kill Jace.
I feel like that makes sense given the fact that you didn't read the second one.
Yeah.
What if there's like some huge this is why I can't DNF.
You're just thinking about it
I
for me.
literally am just thinking about it for you. The fact that
You're
there
worried
could
for
be
me.
some massive, like, huge plot bomb incredibleness at the end of the second
Yeah.
book that you're just not getting to experience.
I'm thinking though about the whole like plot conflict of that book, about like them trying to reacquire their territory, and I'm kind of like, that's kind of boring ending. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong though. I could totally be wrong.
I'm gonna have to do it. I really will do it to prove you wrong.
Be my
Or right.
guest, please. Go for it. That is all.
That's all for today.
That is all for today.
Thanks for joining us on episode 12.